You see you, baby.
The irrigation rebate program for commercial properties starts out with you submitting an application. As you submit an application, we will then schedule an appointment for us to be able to come out and do an initial assessment of the entire property. Once we do the initial assessment, each property is given a smart controller or an ET controller, which either we can give you the controller or you can purchase one on your own.
The device that we're giving now is called the ET weather-based controller, which calculates ETs based on temperature, rain, and also the very specific things about the zone, like what type of sprinkler you're using, what are you watering, what's the shade factor, and it takes all that information and it actually gives you a runtime based on all those factors.
In addition to the smart controller, you also receive a rebate of $2,850. $800 of that rebate can be used for repairing broken pipes, any leaks, broken heads. The rest of that money has to be used to make the system more efficient.
We are at a commercial property that decided to join the Irrigation Retrofit Rebate Program. However, this property did something different. They decided to purchase a controller on their own. Let's take a look at that controller. This is the controller they decided to purchase. The cool thing about this type of controller is that it has two sensor capabilities. One, the flow sensor. The other one is this one here, which is the solar sink. It's an ET controller that actually adjusts irrigation based on weather conditions. And the cool, interesting thing about this one is that it's actually wireless. So you can have the controller inside and not have the issue of running the wire all the way to the roof line. The other capability these controllers have is the ability to have a flow sensor. The issue doesn't normally see sensors like that on these type of properties. Let's take a look at why that's a good idea. So the flow sensor is in here, attached to the main line, and this little disc here actually sends a signal to the controller and establishes a flow rate for each zone, and if there's an imbalance in any way in that flow, it'll shut that zone down until someone comes and fixes the problem. Well, this is advantageous for these kind of properties because there's not a lot of maintenance done on these type of systems, maybe once a month sometimes. In these cases, these are all city water properties that they're actually going to be paying for these this water, especially if they're going to be paying a very high price, especially if there's a leak in these systems and nobody detects it for months and months.
Funding for the urban conservation is provided by Miami-Dade Water and Sewer Department.